He fuses rock, funk, and the blues to create a sound that is uniquely his own. When he plays this instrument, it is clear that they become one to create music that is soulful, electrifying, gritty, and passionate. Industry experts refer to him as a guitar hero, and I happen to agree. In this segment of Frame, we are jamming with the one and only guitar hero, Craig Erickson. I like it. Lay it down.
So,
let's talk about the beginning.
Okay.
Obviously, love guitars.
yes.
And did you start there?
I actually started on the trumpet,
Huh.
and then I just thought the guitar was cooler when I heard Jimi Hendrix,
Oh, yes.
and so I decided that was the way to go as well, and switched over when I was about 12, 13, something like that.
And you've been rocking it out ever since.
I've been trying, doing my best.
You have some really amazing influencers and points of inspiration. The man, Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. What was cool about Stevie is he could, like the record music on my mind, he could visualize the whole song, all the arrangement and everything in his head, the lyrics and everything, and then he could play all the instruments. That fascinated me. To be able to, do it all yourself so you're not dependent on all the other musicians. Then you can take it to the other musicians and have them interpret it their own way.
Well, interesting. Do you
Which
do
is
that a
kinda
lot
cool.
today?
Yes.
Still? Did you start off doing that, or did you graduate to playing?
Pretty much, I had my little bands in junior high. Me and my friends would get together and we'd play a little bit, but I spent more time trying to put it all together, write the songs and say, well, what would the drummer be doing? What would the keyboard be doing? And, I just found that more fulfilling, I guess. So.
Oh, I'm so fascinated about the process of coming up with an idea for a song. Do you hear tones, sounds, words? What's the first point?
I think, it's like if you think about this August Rush movie where the kid is walking downtown and he hears all the sounds of the city, the train stuff. I think that's the way it is. Sometimes if I'm traveling and I hear a truck going by or an airplane or something, it'll trigger something, or the sound of the birds in the woods or whatever, I'll be like, oh wow, I could see how that's like music and I could bring that into a song, So yeah, I think it's kind of like that.
I love it. So your fusion points, do you have a preference with the funk over the blues, or it's just naturally all comes together for you in every song?
It seems like I like good music in all styles if it's done well and with a lot of creativity and passion and feel to it. But I like the term world music because world music seems to bring influences from any country and any style together, and there's not so much of a tight rule about what you can or can't do in the music. And that's why I like Stevie Wonder, Peter Gabriel, Prince, people like that fuse music of the world, and also brings people together when they hear their favorite music.
Absolutely. So, music is universal. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yes.
People will feel the beat and get the rhythm and
they don't have to speak the same verbal language, but they speak the same musical language for sure.
You travel a lot to bring your music to the people. What are some of your favorite destination points?
I like the south of France because it's nice down there, and warm, great food, great scenery, and in Paris is nice too, and the bigger cities. But I really like, getting to see the country and the villages and the history. You see, you get it all. You get the flavor of the country, but you get the scenery of the nature, the mountains, and a lot of the history, of the people and stuff. So
they love you over there.
Some.
Some.
Some do.
Oh, I think it's more than some. They really love Craig over there because you have an endorsement deal with this particular company.
Yeah, this company is out of Paris. This is a French guitar company, Vigier.
How does that work?
Well, I was playing in Paris and I met the owner of the company who had seen me in Paris playing, and he remembered me, and so we were at this convention in LA, and he said, why don't you play our, try our guitars out? We'd like to have some American, blues rock guitarists and stuff. And so it's just, they're fantastic, so friendly and so helpful with, marketing and promotion and good guitars.
Love it. How does it feel to be called the guitar hero?
It's kind of like being a superhero, because instead of flying through the sky, with wings, you fly across the guitar neck, the frets. So,
and do your thing.
Yeah. And hopefully you don't crash too many times throughout the night.
Maybe they'll put you in a Guitar Hero
Maybe
video
it could be a
series.
comic book.
Like, come on,
Yeah,
let's think big, let's do it.
It's not a bad idea.
Aren't you in the Blues Hall of Fame?
Yes, I think so, something like that. Yeah, but I'm not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yet, and I'm kind of. But no, I was actually in the Blues Hall of Fame with a couple Iowa City folks. Pieta Brown was there with her, Bo Ramsey, who was being inducted, and Stephen Hayes, the drummer, and so it was pretty cool to be in there with Bo, because he's done a lot of world traveling himself. So
very, very cool.
Very nice.
And I'm interested in your progression as a musician. You've produced and released several CDs. Here's the latest. What's the difference between the first one and the most recent one, musically?
I think as you go, you learn a lot about, the process of making music, process of songwriting, arranging, and all this kind of thing. But I think there's good to all different places in your progression. Some people enjoy the kind of freshness and the rawness of the, early stuff. There's a lot of energy there where you don't really know what you're doing. But as you learn it, you can refine certain things and, widen your spectrum of musical possibilities. And, I think, and also as your journey goes on, you're telling the story of all the things that happened to you along the way as you travel and go through life, and the musical mentors that you get to work with, influence you a lot. So it's a good part of it. So. What
is the work ethic of those who are accomplished over amateurs? What tips can you give people who want to do what you're doing?
Well, I think you have to have a passion when there's not always an immediate reward. You've got to be very self-disciplined. You've got to be ready for rejection and failure along the way, and get back up, do it again. And with me, that might be like take 48 or 82 or whatever. Sometimes first take's good. You never know.
Right.
But I think you just got to keep on trying to get your music to people and keep trying to improve, and because the goal is to share your music and your passion for music with other people, as many as possible, and hope that they feel the way you felt about your hero's music when you were growing up. You hope they get that inspiration and that joy of life. They can feel it through the music, So
you have to be ready to go for it.
And art is so powerful that way. So. And
it's true that not everybody gets it right away. Right. So you have to stay to it. And how many people do you know are overnight sensations that took 10 years
right.
to.
And the more you work, the more you appreciate the success you get. If you've worked hard at it, it means more than if you just came accidentally or whatever. So.
Let's get down to some music.
Okay.
You wrote a song.
Yes, I did. This one is called Funk for Yvette.
Yay!
I'm just, schmoozing a little bit here.
I'll take it. I like it. All right.
But I come up with an idea. I kind of say, well, gee, I feel like writing something like a mid-tempo funk song, or I need to do something. I did a couple things for some TV shows. As you know, I did a song for Chicago Code and one for Justified on cable. And sometimes they say, well, we need a song that sounds sort of like this, along the lines of this artist, kind of fast, kind of slow. Well, this one I was thinking, it'd be nice to get something that would go in some sort of action urban TV show or something like that. And so I've got, I start just with like a keyboard track, electric piano, and then I go, well, I need another keyboard. How about some kind of funky Stevie Wonder clavinet? And then I bring in a drum groove right here. I did this last night, by the way, all these parts. So there's a little groove going there.
Feeling it, feeling it.
Now if I wanted to do some guitar on it,
yes,
I can add this right here. So forth. So
you make it look so easy.
It's fun.
How do you know which guitar to choose?
Sometimes, you know, it's just kind of knowing what's worked before for that style, what tone. You know, it's like different instruments, different settings on the keyboard or the guitar, different guitars, is kind of like the painter's paintbrush.
Sure.
And the different colors. You're like, well, this looks good for a sunset, or this looks good for a portrait of a person, you know,
right,
and this kind of lighting or something like that. So I go for whatever brush works for the song or the moment.
I like it. I'm feeling that beat. What would you substitute? What other guitar would you
well,
play?
Let's say I wanted to do bass on this same track.
Yes.
I want to add the bass here, and so I'm working with Pro Tools here, so sometimes I get a little confused.
So that's the musical version of like Final Cut.
Right. Okay, so I got a sound there. Now I can go with this and see if I can play along a little bit here. There you have it.
Ba-da-da. What words have you imagined for this
For the song?
And you can sing it because you want to hear him over me.
This, let's see, maybe we'll just call it, this is a funky groove.
Okay.
Makes everybody want to move or something. It has that kind of feel, you know.
Okay.
Hear that funky groove, you know, so I just kind of hear something like that in my head, and then maybe you come up with more, you know, intricate, there's your piano part on that. Okay. So I come up with something like this. I'll turn this down for a minute. So I'm hearing the rhythm, and I'd be like, check that funky groove. Makes you want to move.
Oh yeah.
Checking that funky groove. Make everybody want to move.
Well, well, well.
Going down to the club. Just can't get enough. Checking that funky groove. Makes you want to move.
Oh,
Did you play that? Did you play that?
I think so. No, that was you.
Wow.
Come on, I wish.
Man.
Yeah, that'd be false
Okay,
attribution.
you're showing me up now.
No,
if you played
okay,
that, I'm
yeah,
out
it
of
was
this.
me. You saw it here. You saw it live. It was me. I got skills.
Well, you were playing the piano, so I don't know.
Oh yes. Hey.
She got it. Got it.
Oh yes. I did a little vocal for you.
Yeah, that was
Did you hear
good.
that? Did
That
you
was
like
good.
that little flavor?
We can work with that.
Did you record it?
I did not record it because that was just the run through.
We could have had
You're
the
always. I know you're always
iTunes.
supposed to have it on, and just in case you come up with something brilliant. And I did not
That was brilliant. Let's redo it because, you know, like that chick from the Real Housewives of whatever, Atlanta, and she had that tardy for the party.
Right.
And she's like retired now, and we could do the same thing, but ours we have. You know, we got the skills.
The groove that makes you want to move. I don't think that's too bad either. That's kind of catchy.
All right, let's do it. Let's play it back.
Well, actually, the thing is, I think we got it recorded on camera, so we can sample that, put it back on Pro Tools, and work with it.
Okay.
So we actually do have it recorded.
Okay, cool.
So, thanks to the camera guys here.
Thanks to audio and video magic.
Yes. Wonderful.
What's next? Are you going on tour for your new?
Actually,
CD?
yeah, the new CD. I just got the advanced copies, and I'm gonna get it to radio and magazines and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm doing some dates around the Midwest, you know, locally and all that. And I'm figuring out when I can go over to Europe again, maybe in the fall.
I can carry bags, just so we're clear.
Well, we'll need a camera crew as well,
okay.
so we can do a documentary. But no, so I'm excited about promoting that, and that's quite a job just to promote it, you know, just online and all the, you know, hopefully do some interviews and stuff like that, like this interview right here, I guess.
Right.
But,
we'll see.
it's all PR, but that's really half the project of putting out a CD is you know, marketing after it gets out. And nowadays, you know, there is something with the iTunes and all that. You don't sell as many physical copies of the CD. People are downloading it. So where you sell most of the copies of the CD is at your live gigs. Because that way people want to buy it from you, they want to support you and stuff. And so that's the reason for live gigs, you know.
Got it. Go on the road. Craig, thank you so much for the track. The name of it again?
It was Funk for Yvette.
Funk for Yvette. Mr. Fusion, Mr. Guitar Hero, thank you so much for inviting us into your lab and dropping your wisdom and your beats on us.
My pleasure.
Okay. Thank you for tuning into this segment of Frame. Frame is sponsored by Allegra, Click Marketing Solutions, Style Folio Jewelry,